Shiba Inu CEO Satoshi Kusama just unveiled a major revelation. Everyone in and out of the Shiba Inu community is talking about it. Everyone wants to know why Satoshi said what he did and what it means for people who own Bitcoins. Is Satoshi trying to give holders a secret message? And does the Sheep Army not get this? Well, I spent a lot of time looking into it, but I finally figured out what this message is about. It's a warning. Who is this warning for? And what does it mean for people who own sheep? I'll tell you everything you need to know about Satoshi's secret message in the next few minutes. I'm sure that if you know anyone who has any interest in Shiba Inus, you'll want to show them this video. Things are about to get really bad. Disclaimer: how are you, Sheep Army? We're glad you stopped by the channel today. In this video, I'll talk about a big bombshell that Shiba Inu CEO Satoshi dropped just a few days ago. The update seems to be some kind of puzzle, and people have different ideas about what it means. Well, stay with me, because we're going to figure out this mystery together. I said at the beginning of this video that it was a warning, but who is it a warning for? Well, you'll have to stay to find out. But let's look at this big story first before we talk about that. How high do you think the price of Shiba Inus will go this month? Well, 3,500 people were asked, and their answers were pretty cool. On the CoinMarketCap pages, about 3,500 people think that the price of Shiba Inus will stay the same in 2023. If you don't know what that means, it means that the price of a token is fairly stable and hasn't been moving in any clear direction for a while. All things considered, the group on Market page has been known in the past to be very accurate and sometimes make token price predictions. But this time, the platform might be wrong, and Shiba Inu might go up instead of just staying in place. And there are good signs that this is true. First, there's the Shiba Inu burn project. Now everything is out in the open. Token prices haven't always gone up when the number of burns went up. Still, no matter how small, it can't be ignored that it makes assets prices go up. Even better, the Shiba Inu burn initiative has been doing well lately, which is good news for Shiba Inu. Second, Price Predictions has also said what it thinks will happen to the price of Shiba Inus in April. By the way, Price Predictions is a platform that uses algorithms that learn from machine data to make predictions about the price of an asset. And the tool says that Shiba Inu will move up in April, but only by a small amount. This is probably not the kind of news that people who own sheep would want to hear right now. You'd rather hear that Shiba Inu will probably delete a zero by the end of the month. But you might not be seeing the big picture here. So far, we've looked at two different price predictions for Shiba Inu, and neither of them suggests a drop. The worst thing that could happen to Shiba Inu this month is that it stays the same, which is a good sign for Shiba Inu. Now add that to the fact that Shibarium could land at any time. The success of beta testnet makes it likely that the main launch will be even more successful. Because of this, burn rates are likely to go up, which could make sheep prices go even higher. Shiba Inu has also been getting a lot of attention from long-term holders who are filling their bags with sheep that they plan to keep for a long time. For many tokens, it doesn't get much better than this, so this is a pretty good deal for sheep holders. Anyway, it's time to look at Satoshi Kusama's strange message to the Shiba Army. Who is Kusama trying to warn? And what is the message? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. Let's first figure out what the message is about. So, Kusama changed his Twitter bio yesterday. He often tells the community what's going on at Shiba Inu by making changes to his Twitter bio. At first, no one noticed because it wasn't a tweet. It was just an update to the person's bio. But someone in the community saw this and told the Shiba Army about it. The update was simple, and all it said was that I was almost a scythe. If you're a little confused by this, you're not the only one. Many people have tried to figure out Satoshi's secret message, but since Satoshi hasn't said anything about it, this has become a hotly debated subject. But, as I said, we will figure out what this message means together, so make sure you keep watching. So the first thing we'll do is figure out what scythe means, which is the key to figuring out what this message says. If you've seen Star Wars, you probably already know what a scythe is. But if you don't know, in the Star Wars universe, Siths were the bad guys. They were very mean and wanted power at any cost. You might be thinking that this is not good. You're right, though. But that's not all. So keep watching. The Sith have an interesting set of rules that sees conflict and strive as ways to bring about freedom. They think that fighting violently will help get rid of the weak and the dead, giving them the strength to win freedom. But how is this related to Shiba? Is he becoming more evil? Is he abandoning Shiba Inu? Well, I don't think that's likely. The more likely explanation is that Kusama is giving Flutters one last warning. As I said before, since they're violent and aggressive bad guys in the Star Wars universe, part of their code is to fight violently to get rid of the weak and the dead ends. It's possible that Shiba identifies with this part of becoming a Sith. In essence, Shiba seems to be saying that he will become more cruel to fighters in the days to come. If Shiba is really saying this, it's amazing because FUD control is important for every project. Fighters are very dangerous because they spread false information about a project. And sometimes this could be bad for a project or even kill it because it could cause panic and cause investors to sell. I'm pretty sure Shiba is talking about fighting FUD because of a message he sent last month. If you remember, Shiba said that a new era was beginning for Shiba Inu. He also gave each member of the Shiba army the job of defense breed, which means they are in charge of fighting FUD and raising awareness about Shibas. So it's very likely that Hitoshi was talking to fighters when he said what he said. But there's another, more subtle message in that bio update that's important to notice, and we'll get to that in a bit. But before we do that, let's take a break and talk about something important. This channel gives away 100,000 sheep every day to anyone who wants to take part. Just subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. #Shiba Inu. Good luck. Okay, let's watch the video again. As I said before, Satoshi Kusama's message has a deeper meaning that is not easy to figure out at first glance. But here's how I solved the problem. I already told you that the word scythe comes from the world of Star Wars. But here's another thing we might be missing that Satoshi might be pointing out. May the Force be with you is a phrase that everyone who knows the Star Wars movies knows. Well, Star Wars fans all over the world celebrated Star Wars Day on May 4 every year to honor these famous lines. But then I thought that Shiba might have used a Star Wars reference to give us a hint about when Shibarium might launch. Does that have anything to do with the news that you're almost a Sith? Is the launch of Shibarium coming up in less than a month? We don't know for sure yet, but it's fun to think about. Leave a comment below to tell me what you think. Okay, then, now here's more exciting news. An Ethereum whale bought 229 billion sheep tokens, which were worth a total of $2.58 billion at the time they were bought. But what makes this even more interesting is that it's the second huge buy in just 24 hours. The first one, which involved 3.5 trillion sheep tokens worth $40 million, was even bigger.